What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we'll be going over list comprehension in Python. Let's get right into it. So list comprehension is just the idea that we can append items to lists in one line. So normally what we'd do is we'd create a for loop, and then we would append the items to a list one by one within the for loop. But with list comprehension, we can achieve all of that in one line. Let's take a look. So normally what we would do is we create a list. Say I wanted all of the squares of a sequence of values. So square nums equals an empty list. And then what we would do is for I in range, say 10, square nums dot append I squared, right? And this would just print out all the squares from 0 to 9. And this is 3 lines of code, but like I said, we can achieve this in one line. So instead of doing all of this, let's comment this out. We can do square nums, so the name of the list that we want equals. Now the syntax for this is we're going to put the item that we want appended. So in this case, it's the number squared for the number, so for x in whatever list or sequence that we want. So in this case, it remains 10. This is the exact same thing as the 3 lines below it. And to prove that, let's print out this list, and it's the same list. So we just saved a lot of code. It's not more efficient in any way in terms of optimization, but it's cleaner and it's easier to type, and it's less lines of code. Okay. So again, we're just putting the item that we want to append for the item in whatever sequence or list that we have here. So in range 10, for example, in this example. We can also add if statements. So let's say that we wanted only the even values. So we wanted the squares of all the even values. We'll do the same syntax, except we'll add an if statement. If x mod 2 equals 0. So again, if we're adding an if statement, if we're adding a conditional, we're just adding this to the end to filter the values. So let's print square nums again. And now it's only putting the squares of all the even numbers. We can also do if else. So at this point, you can imagine that the for loops are reaching like 5 to 6 lines. Again, we're doing all of this in one line. So it's if we wanted to add an if else, I'm actually going to create another list just called nums. It's actually a pretty different syntax from just adding an if statement. So for if else, we would do the value if the condition is true. So even if x mod 2 equals 0, and then the value if it's false. So else the value if it's false, and then we just do the regular for x in range 10. So this is the value, again, the value if this condition is true. So if x mod 2 equals 0, we're going to put even, and then else we're going to put odd, so the value if it's false, and then we're going to put our sequence or list here for x in range 10. So we've put out square nums. Let's print out nums. And this is going to print even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, and so on. So that's list comprehension. This would be about 6 to 7 lines of code, but we did this all in one line. I will admit that even the if else statements can get kind of cluttered, but again, it's way less lines of code, and sometimes it's more readable. So that's list comprehension. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take it easy.